What's up, YouTube? I'm Super Dan, the Shoe Man. I'm back with another video for you today. This is kind of a mall vlog video, but I've also got a couple of shoes to show you. One that I picked up at the mall, and you're not going to believe it. We're going to get to that one in a second. And another one that I kind of said I wasn't going to make videos on, but I'll just have it in this video because it kind of goes. First, a word from our sponsor, Fade Forever, commented on one of my recent videos. I think it was on the Super Dan Eats video. And if you haven't seen my sous vide steak, go back and watch that video. And I think you're going to get at least one more steak video this week because Hesper got me the immersion circulator to help me with the sous vide. And it helps, not a ton to have the actual sous vide immersion circulator, but it helps. It makes it easier. So, Fade Forever wanted from Psalm 103. He didn't say what verse, so I'm going to take the verses that stood out to me when I first started reading it. And Psalms 103 verse 3, he forgives all my sins and he heals all my diseases. A lot of times we forget that, I forget that about Jesus, that he heals all my diseases. He redeems me from death and crowns me with tender love and mercies. He fills my life with good things. I mean, these aren't the best things in the world, but they're good things. And Psalm 103 says he fills my life with good things. Here's another one. But, I mean, it's biblical. He does that. And my youth is renewed like the eagles. And one thing, Fade, I want to say this specifically to you, and it's something I learned while we were at camp. Fade goes to my church, and he was at camp with me. And there was one of the nights of worship, or maybe it was the mornings, when Pastor K was talking about mercies and specifically healing of pain. And I've got really bad knee joint pain, a lot of joint pain, but really bad in my knees. And we were going to get down on our knees to pray about it, and I didn't really want to because I knew my knees were going to hurt. So I kind of like braced myself on a chair, put my leg up on a chair to take some of the weight off my knee that was on the floor, and I put my not so bad knee on the floor and the worst knee up. So I was kind of on one knee, but I definitely wanted to get into a physical posture of worship, and I prayed for healing, which I've done before. And actually, somewhat surprisingly, when I shouldn't be, but it is, when I got up from that prayer, my knees didn't have any pain, and I was able to stand up really easily. Faye, you remember the steps going down? We were on the second floor, and there were steps going down to the ground, I guess, outside to the sidewalk, and I didn't have any pain walking down those steps for that moment. And I kind of thought to myself, like, it's going to come back later, like it always does, because I've had this pain since I was in probably middle school. And it reminded me of something, though, and it reminds me of how we have to treat forgiveness as humans, how we have to treat forgiveness, and a lot of times, in order to forgive people for things, or even for ourselves for things that have hurt us really badly. I'll tell you about that in a minute, legend. Of things that have hurt us really badly, forgiveness is almost, up to a constant thing. Something we have to think about and remind ourselves of constantly. And then as that pain starts to go away, that emotional pain starts to go away, we're forgiving other people or ourselves. It's still going to come back, and we have to make sure that we are in a posture of forgiveness again later. And I think it's the same way actually with the healing of our body, that we have to renew our mind, renew our faith and our relationship with the healer to have the healing. And I've talked about that, how God doesn't just say he heals us, and in this one he does that. It says that he heals all my diseases, but he is the healer. He doesn't just give us the healing. He is the healer. So thanks, Fade, for Psalm 103. If there's anything else y'all want to talk about in these videos, you'll let me know in the comments down below. But also those particular verses of Psalm 103, let me know what you think about those. All right, so first, right now, we're going to go to a mall vlog at Town Center Mall. It's in Kennesaw, Marietta, Georgia, and back in the day now has a shop in that mall. It's kind of off to the side. They're moving. They put there's a sign up that they're moving into a new space, so I'm excited for that. It's a more traffic part of the mall probably. And but there was some good stuff on sitting on the walls, and that's what we're going to talk about here in just a minute after that. But go ahead and take a look at Town Center Mall. This is Town Center Mall. I don't think I've done vlogging from Town Center Mall before. This is the mall that I spent, I guess, my teenage years at. It was closest to my parents' house. And if you see that in front, there's some shoes right there walking in front of me. get a closer look in a second. There we go, Paisley Dunks. So Town Center Mall is okay with shoes. Shoe stores, JD, Finish Line, not Finish Line, Foot Locker, City Gear. Here I'm going into the City Gear. This City Gear is like tucked down a hall, and I feel like a lot of people maybe don't even know that it's there. We got sixes and the one mids. Nothing really that great on this wall. Are those mids or the highs? I think those are the mids. And kids wall, still have the little kids 4s, 11s, lows, 13s. Those Del Sols popping up everywhere. There's the highs. And more 6s, denim and navy 6s. Those 12s that are pretty nice. This is back in the day. I really like their logo, and then they got a mural out front. Zane's a good dude. Prices are pretty high though. There's a Champs at Town Center, which I don't have at my mall. I got Next Dunks. This is just a closer look. I wasn't able to get this close to the ones I saw last time. There's some like water droplet looking things on the swooshes. Iridescent white. Leather. 6 is just sitting everywhere. Brave blue 13s. They're the highs. You see the cracked leather. I'm not a huge fan of cracked leather, but it's all right. And this is a kid's, the little girls, 5. The leather on this thing is pretty nice. I like pink, but not that much. Foot Locker. This particular Foot Locker rarely has much of anything, but maybe today. It's a bunch of new colors that I hadn't seen of this Trae Young. I kind of like this purple. It's got some nice suede on it. I haven't owned a Trae Young. I don't think I will, but I like them. That one's a little too much for me. The Lego Adidas's that aren't made in children's sizes. Stupid. And the Atlanta, like Hawks colored Trae Youngs, also with the suede on them. I like the purple better, but that definitely is a Hawks color. All right, kids. What do we have? 5s and 6s. There we go. 6s. Denim. A red Oreo, is that what that's called? And the navies. There's the I Got Next Dunks. These up tempos. I've seen these at Champs, I think, at Cumberland Mall. All right, here are these dunks. That's like a satiny overlay, corduroy sock liner. Pretty nice dunk. I like it actually. I mean, I wouldn't wear it, but really loud outsole. Black swoosh. I don't know what this snap is for in the back, but it snaps, and that swoosh, that black swoosh, is basketball leather. That's pretty cool. JD, last stop for Town Center Mall today. This JD actually generally has some good stuff. These are all kids. Brave Blues, Del Sols, Violet, 12s, 312s, Denim Dunks, Animal Instinct, 12s, 11s. So Town Center Mall was the mall that I grew up at. It's where I got my first Jordans. If y'all can see these. These weren't the actual ones, but the ones that I got in 1996, the Columbia Blues back then. That's where I got those. That's where I got my up tempos. That's where I got my Jason Kidd flights. So I like them all. It's special to me. And they had a lot of stuff on the wall. I actually don't even remember what day I recorded that. Actually, I do. It was a Wednesday. And then on Saturday, after I was in the same area at lunch, I was like, I want to go to Lenox Mall, which is like a more upscale mall in Buckhead, downtown area of Atlanta. And specifically, they have an espresso store. And I like an espresso coffee that really, the only place you can get it in a store is there around Atlanta. So we went there, and I got this. You're not going to believe what's on the wall at the Nike store. Some hemp-looking Air Force Ones, not my thing. These are kids. Barbershop dunks. I actually like those. The one highs, stage haze, some mids, 5s, 4s, and 9s in big kids. There's your 12s. Hesper liked these 1 mids for Peyton, but Peyton can't wear that. Can't wear the kid sizes. Noctas. I went for these on a couple of accounts, didn't get them. I kind of like these. They're really not bad. Got some green in there in the air bubble. Decent leather. Not bad. Nocta. 9s sitting there. Off-white at the Nike store, sitting on the shelf. That was a big size, like a 14, I think, maybe a 13, but just sitting there. All right, here we go. This is them. This is them. What are these? Boxes sitting everywhere. I got one too. So if you couldn't tell by the video, and they weren't really on the wall, but they were for sale, what they had at Lenox Mall, and they had tons of them. I asked how many they had, like if they had a lot, and he said basically unlimited. I don't know what that really means, but basically unlimited. This is probably the most hyped shoe of 2020 to 20, and no, maybe not 2020, whenever they came out to now. So a year or 2 years, maybe a little bit more. The Panda Dunk Low. I've had a bunch of these. I've made videos on these. They're plasticky. They're not that great, but everybody loves these things. And this is like my 10th pair. And I got this size. It was the only grade school that they had, but still, they're there. Like pretty much anybody that wanted one that day was able to stand in a very short line. Didn't take me a whole lot of time to get through it and get this shoe. So I've made several videos now on the tides returning. Look at this box from Nike. I think that means that it was tampered with, because this is the underside, should be the underside of this box. Like it should have been like, yeah, definitely should have been like this, and this is ripped off like that's how it was, and then they tried to put it back together. I don't know, whatever. But this will go to show you now also some more about, not necessarily what's sitting, because I got that from Nike, but this is a Dunk Low Retro, size 11. This is my size. Black Off Noir. Oh, this isn't the shoe I thought it was. That shoe's coming in a couple of days. This is a better shoe for this video. This is the reverse Panda. And again, it is not exactly a reverse, because this is almost all black with a white swoosh, and this is like half and half, black and white with a black swoosh. But these are considered the reverse I'm sorry, not reverse mochas, reverse. Those are Travis Scott's that are coming out soon. The reverse Pandas. And I got this shoe in my size. I may end up keeping this. I'm not really sure, but I was able to get this pretty easily. I did not go all in on this. I think I maybe had 4 accounts in, and I was able to get my size, my adult size, men's size in this pair, and this was just on the wall. So comment down below, let me know about, and we've kind of already started talking about this, what do y'all think about the fact that these things are sitting? I think it's great that they're sitting. It's kind of unfortunate for me at this particular point in time, because I've got so many shoes. My camera right now, since Hesper's asleep, I have no camera. Woman is sitting on a stack of 5 Jordan 4 infrared boxes with shoes in them. And I don't want or need 5 pairs. I kind of want to keep one, and we have one other pair that's here that Haley already wore, but otherwise, so there's 4 boxes there that I need to sell. And if the market was the same way it was, I'd be able to easily get rid of those and make a little bit of extra money back. And now I'll be lucky to break even on all of them. Like the grade schools probably won't break even. The men's sizes probably will. But size 9.5, I think 2 size 11s and 2 size 6.5s. If y'all are interested, hit me up. Y'all got my Instagram. If you don't, comment down below and I'll post it for you in this video. Again, I didn't want to make a whole video just on this. Oh, the Nike is in black also on the back. It's there, but it's embroidered in black, so it's pretty hard to see. Didn't want to make a whole video on this because it is just your regular run-of-the-mill Dunk. Leather feels, the black leather is not as plasticky as the white leather on this one. The black leather is pretty much, the overlays are pretty much the same. So this is a little bit different, feels a little bit different. It's not just the exact same white as these, but I've also still got my court purples that I really like, so I don't know that I'm going to keep these. They're cool, but you can just get these things now. They're pretty easy to get. I haven't looked at what these are going for in the aftermarket. I think the core purples, since they're not available for retail now, probably still going for 200 or so when they retailed it. No retail tag. I think it was 100 or 110. But just sitting. And not only were these things sitting, and I know that those Air Force One mids aren't really hyped, but it's an off-white shoe sitting on a shelf. Not on a shelf, you know, you saw it in the video. Just sitting at the Nike store. Off-white sitting at the Nike store. Every Jordan that's come out recently, pretty much every Jordan we saw there. I think it's awesome to see those things on the shelves, which means we're going back to like a 2014 type time where you can get these things. And now I can just hope that I can fix my Nike account, my sneakers accounts, so that I'm actually getting my size 11 as opposed to a 9.5 by accident. We'll get a video on this, the social status, hopefully in a couple of days. I think we're about 20 something subs away, I think now, maybe 30 something from 2,000 subs, so we're almost there. But y'all see what I've got sitting here. Even the runner-up, who is a randomly selected commenter from the 2,000 sub giveaway video, which will be posted soon, probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks, that person can choose from a long list of all the shoes that I have here. So I'm gonna have a lot still here, and several different sizes too. So y'all stick around, make sure that you are sharing my video if you can on whatever other social media you have. Say we gotta get to 2,000 subs so we can do this giveaway. And there's actually a decent running now for the most valuable sub. There's at least 2 people who are right there, pretty much neck and neck. I do see a little bit of a difference, and let me tell you what that difference is. One of these people is posting and commenting almost right when I post the video, and they've been doing that for quite a while now. And the other person isn't necessarily on the ball right when I post, but is always posting, always commenting, and going back to my older videos. Now, I've got a very objective way, not subjective, an objective way to differentiate, to decide between those two. YouTube likes one better than the other as far as how it wants to promote my videos. But then there's also a couple more that are that are more recently come into this ball game. And if any of those other couple that have been doing it constantly for a month or more now, or not, probably 2 or more months now, if they fall off the bandwagon, then you know those people that are in the running that are still commenting on every Diego, Level 888 has been back. Lil Bobo has been posting on a lot of them. Faye Forever's back. He's been a long time sub and is one of my most hearted. If you don't have one of the little most hearted, then it's probably not going to happen because I heart all my comments. So that means you just haven't commented a ton. But we're here. It's almost at the 2,000 sub giveaway. Things are sitting. So that means the runner-up is more likely to get something more, what was more hyped, because they're more affordable now. And what that means for the most valuable sub is they can get something even more hyped because prices have come down on almost everything. Like these have come down. I'm not going to keep these, and it's kind of unfortunate I haven't sold them yet, but at least I have pretty much nothing invested in them. But thanks for being here, y'all. I appreciate it. Tell your grandma, smash the like button, comment down below something pertinent to what we talked about, and or Psalm 103. Those particular verses, Psalm 103:3, I think is where I started. And I'll see y'all next time.
You're so pretty.
Say bye.
Shoes. Ah! Shoes. And I like shoes.
Fire! It's so cute.